Hi, it's been a while. It feels weird to say, but I no longer live in Paris. The city that was my home for the last 3 years is now a distant memory. However, because I've not been making videos recently, I have lots of footage from the last 6 months that I spent in Paris. So I thought I'd include it in today's vlog. Paris is such a beautiful city, and I will be definitely will be visiting again, as I love it there as a tourist and getting to see all the amazing culture and galleries.
Got some stuff in the bakery. I don't do this very often because the vegan bakery is like kind of far away, but
But it's completely different when you live there. And when I first moved, it was during the pandemic, which meant there was so many restrictions and lockdowns that sort of limited life and being able to make the most of my time there. But I still feel like I did. I did my best and I lived a life. Whilst it's bittersweet having left, I'm so glad for all of the memories and friends that I made. But I'm also just as glad to not be living in the city anymore. I'm such a country girl at heart, so I'm glad to not be there. I think that it is often really easy to complain about your present situation and just see all of the bad.
yeah. But it's like got a lot of light coming in.
Or the bothersome or the frustration, and to not be grateful for the time that you have right in front of you. I definitely fell into that trap a bit whilst I was living in Paris. It was so much easier to see all of the hours of uni work that I had to do and to be frustrated with the bad parts of the city and the isolation of living in such a big place and not really feeling like I had community. But looking back at this footage, whilst editing, it made me realise how lucky I was to live in Paris for a while. All of the museums and food and culture in Paris is so special, and I have favourite places there, and I have favourite memories there, and I have favourite food places that I just loved visiting, and I loved spending time in certain parks with friends. Paris is just completely different from where I grew up, and that was a really good thing to experience somewhere different and a different kind of life.
Gotta figure out where the prints go. It's always hard to know where to put them on this wall. But she'll find out.
So I'm so thankful for that. No matter how I feel about living in Paris, I'm so thankful to to the beautiful city, and it's with a grateful, albeit slightly anxious heart that I'm moving forward and I'm moving on in my life to whatever the future may hold. Paris is always going to be a really important part of my journey and my story. I'm never really going to forget it because I have so much knowledge of that place. But it was just a short time that I spent there.
Whoa. Smile.
And I know that I will go back and I'll see it again and be so happy to be there. But I'm also just as equally excited to see what happens next.